Hello again. If you have not seen my first video of 2021 Envisions, please go and look at that. My name is Felicia, as known as Bride King on all social media platforms. I have written down a few points, a few provoking thoughts about this year, certain observations that I have seen, dreams, visions that I've had that I believe that we need to think more deeply on certain things that will be occurring this year and certain things that I have seen that will be coming this year. The first thing is I want to speak about the vaccine. Now, the vaccine is all over social media right now. A lot of people their videos, their posts have been deleted via Instagram because of false news. But we have seen videos after videos concerning this vaccine. We saw a young woman. She took the vaccine on air, and instantly after she took the vaccine, she collapsed. And now there's reports that this young woman is now dead. Okay? So that's one thing. Within the UK, our mayor took the vaccine. They took a picture of him taking the vaccine. But there's a picture when you zoom in onto the needle, there is a cap still on the needle of the so-called vaccination that he's taken. So that was fake. And so there's many right now, there's so much conversations about who's going to take vaccine from who's not going to take the vaccine. But if you are, or if you won't, I still want you to think about this. Get ready for new life of restrictions. A new life of restrictions. What does that mean? The world as we know it will never be the same. I've written, our days of freedom will not be free anymore. The price for our freedom will be the cost of taking the vaccine. Many have said they will not take the vaccine, but what if this will be the new system of keeping our jobs, keeping the roof over our heads, or your children receiving education? What if you can't go to your favourite restaurant, your sports events, the cinemas, the games, if you have not taken the vaccine? We've heard within the news about this digital passport, which will record or tell people if you've taken the vaccine or not. And, if you have not taken the vaccine, then certain jobs or event places will not accept you to come in because you might be a risk to others. And so are you willing to be what's that word? Outcast of society because you dare not take the vaccine? Something I've written here, the vaccine will cause many disruptions in relationships. Many disruptions. For example, imagine if there's a family reunion, a marriage, a funeral, a hen night, a party, a birthday celebration. And this celebration is in a vaccine mandatory location. Let's say if the vaccines become mandatory. And you've been invited by a family friend, your husband, your wife, your best friend to any of these celebrations. But these celebrations is going to be held in a vaccine mandatory location. Imagine if you're going to go to a wedding abroad, but the flight provider is telling you must have the vaccine in order to fly to this specific country or to fly with us. And you miss this event because you refuse to take the vaccine. Do you see how your relationship will be disrupted? Because imagine it's a family reunion, a funeral. And everybody else is going to pay the sacrifice to take that vaccine, to go to that funeral. But here you are, hard-headed, adamant that you're not going to take the vaccine. How do you think your relationship is going to be affected? Your best friend is getting married. She's asked you or he's asked you to be the best man or the maid of honor. And you can't go now. Your ticket, your dress, your shoes, your room has been paid for. That's now going to be a waste of money because you can't make it. Your best friend's going to feel offended because you don't want to sacrifice by just taking the vaccine to come to her wedding. So a lot of relationships will be disrupted. So think again. Will you take the vaccine or will you not? Okay, another thing. Imagine if you're in a group, let's say a community group, WhatsApp group, Facebook group, WhatsApp chat rooms, whatever it may be, Clubhouse, and you all vow not to take the vaccine, you're woke, you're about this life, you know everything, you know what the government's doing, you're a conspiracy theory junkie, or whatever it may be, and somebody outside of your group or somebody in your group falls peer pressure to take the vaccine and they take it, what's going to happen to that group? What's going to happen to that society? What's going to happen to that community? And last but not least, imagine somebody that you loved so dearly took the vaccine and died because of it. How will you feel? Now you've lost this person for good because of this vaccine. Now these are just speculations. These are case studies. These are just what ifs, situations that can happen all around this Pfizer vaccine. Did you know that the founder of the Pfizer vaccine has not yet taken the vaccine? And he actually says that he will wait and see if he should take the vaccine or not. And this is the founder. Surely you must be the first guinea pig when it comes to this vaccine, because you have created it. But he didn't. And so I want us to really think about this vaccine thing. What if this vaccine is mandatory? Your children are not allowed to go to school to receive education anymore because you have refused them the vaccine. Your career that you have built for years, that business that you have built from the ground up that is making you money. What if it is mandatory for the vaccine for your workers to take and all of your workers walk out? Oh, I can replace them. But then, would you want to start again? Because you know training costs money. So let's just think about those things retaining the vaccine. My next point. In 2020, I received a lot of calls and texts concerning this thing. And I was quite saddened about it because I hate this topic. I don't like it. Suicide. 2021, we will see an increase in suicidal casualties. There are two sets of people. There are some that will attempt to commit suicide, or those that have been successful in committing suicide, and those who have suicidal thoughts. And I want us to look at these ones. Now, there is going to be a change of lifestyle in many during 2021 this year. Lifestyles that was once flaunted and raved about on social media platforms for others to see. Once this lifestyle is no longer able to be maintained, because of the new way of life through restrictions and the great reset that is happening on the earth, many will feel lost, hopeless, unworthy, and ashamed. Imagine if, we know some people that they're dripping 7 days a week. They're a part of this group that always has the newest trend and fashion. Imagine those that had their great careers that could afford the Louis, the Giuseppe's, the Gucci's, the Chanel's, and they've lost their job and they've been redundant. The furlough scheme has run out in March 2021 because it will be running out soon. And they are no longer able to maintain the lifestyle that they've portrayed to the world. They wouldn't be able to shut down from all social medias and take a step back into their secret place to reevaluate their life and see the necessary changes that needs to be made, because we are a people, we're the human race, we hate change. And there are some people that will gladly embrace it at whatever cost, and there are some people that will struggle with this. And so I want to ask some of you, if you are not able to maintain the lifestyle on social media, will you throw in the towel? Will you give up? Will you feel hopeless and ashamed because you're no longer able to drip the way you used to? You're no longer able to catch flights and not feelings, because in 2021 you will be catching a lot of feelings because there's going to be great change. You're not able to go to the Cancun and the Dubai anymore because the coins are not as plenty as before. Best believe there will be many that will give up their life because they are not able to maintain the lifestyle that they portray to the world. So as the memes have said on Instagram, check on your strong friends. Because as I said, change is something that is not easily embraced by many. And definitely check on those who are weak in nature. Because you have those who, and I'm going to go to my next point, who will suffer or have financial burdens. And with the financial burden, they will see no way out because they lean on their own understanding and they try to do everything by their own strength. And anything they do that fails, they will actually think it's better for them to die. Some of them may feel lonely and alone and feel like nobody loves them and why should they still be here, and give up their life. And so I want you guys to think about that. If you're somebody who had suicidal thoughts in 2020, you've made it into 2021. And even though 2021 is going to be another whole year of its own woes, if you could get through 2020, you surely can get through 2021. Do not give up your life because of financial burdens and because you cannot maintain a lifestyle that you used to. Think about those in poverty all over the world that don't even have an iPad, that is not even able to eat meat every single day, that's not able to take £5 to Iceland and have an evening dinner. Those that are in child labour right now, in the mines, in factories, being overworked, 20 hours of the day. They haven't committed suicide, so why should you? And although everybody's situation is not the same, I want you guys to change your mentality. Whoever you are, if you are suicidal, change your mentality. Adapt to change, because it's here. Okay. Lastly, financial exchange. And it's very simple. Those who had plenty before will have less now. And those who had less before will have plenty now. I'm going to say it again. Those who had plenty before will have less now. And those who had less before will have plenty. The tables will turn. The tables is turning. The underdogs will be the top of top. Those that were last will be first. There is a change of power. There was a change of influence. There's a change of doing things. And new wine cannot be poured out of old wineskin or else it will burst. And so there's going to be new creations that's going to arise in the earth. And those that have invented the greatest things during our time will think to themselves, how come I didn't think of that? But again, new wine can only pour out of new wineskins. This year is a year of distress and joy. I hope you enjoy your 2021. I hope you endure 2021 the way you endured 2020. Again, for those that had a hard time, don't give up. There are people out there who do love you. And there are people out there who need you. Not only you as a person, but your skills, your talents, your words of wisdom, your presence. Maybe it's just your smile that lights up a room. Your laugh that changes the mood of the atmosphere. Again, this is the Envisions of 2021. My name is Felicia, as known as Bride King, on social media platforms. Have a happy new year.